Hi, hello, my name is Diana Marcela Castro, and this is a text for Life Through the Metaphor and English for UNAT, a group for 83. I choose the metaphor by Marisol Barrera Quintero. Conscience is a man's compass, Vincent van Gogh. Marisol Barrera explained that the content is a guide before the action and thought of man sees with if you can distinguish good for evil, as if it were a compass and it is something typical of man. I think that, or she thinks that its foundation can be based on experience, since this is the one that instills the action, feelings for against. In relation or talking about the metaphor that Marisol chose, I think about the meeting. I like the way that she explains this metaphor, and I agree with her. Our experience permits us to learn, and with it make decisions for a guide to guide our life. Also, we can thinking about all the things that our parents or relatives thought us. Is something important when we uh, made a decision, thinking about the consequence, what is good, what is bad, the moral or the ethical of, in our life. Talking about the in relation or talking about the history that Marisol write us, the experience that she lived is a big test in her life. Many times we affront different situations in our life that make us choose the best option, thinking about the future consequence that can affect our life and or our family life. These are important decisions that need all our attention, and remember that teaching of our father and relative. Uh, I think the each decision that we made in our life have a consequence, a good consequence or bad consequence. And sometimes this consequence is not only for me or my life or our life. This consequence can touch my family, my parents, my son, my husband, really can affect positive and especially negative way about the decision that I took. In relation with the grammar, I think that Marisol wrote a long sentence. It is necessary to separate sentence with a point. I think that she used a lot of commas and make a long sentence. And also, it's important to keep in mind that the punctuation mark are different in English than in Spanish. In Spanish, you can write a long sentence as separate with a comma or point a comma. But I think that here in English it's important write a short sentence and separate with a point. So I made some change in the Marisol test, and I show you what I suggest. Here with in the left side, we have a story by Marisol, and the right side, I have the subjects that I made in Marisol test. We can start. In 2008, during Christmas season, and when I was 20 years old, I start working in a supermarket as a cashier. In this part, it's important. The yellow marker, I suggest change points with comma with a point or one other letter, and the red market, I suggest take off this word. So as a cashier, Marisol continue with a comma, but it's a long sentence, so we separate, finish this part, putting a point, and start a new sentence, and take off the where. I felt very good because I achieved achievement economic stability for myself. I suggest change this for and put it by. So I achieve economic stability by myself and my family. Point and finish the sentence and start a new one. I take off and does and continue with by myself and me and my family. I was able to help at home with the expenses to cover the needs household basic. Point. My husband, who was 33 years old, in her part, Marisol repeats the word had. So we take out one word, what had, a motorcycle accident, and his work was independent. We changed the comma with a point. He didn't have resources to provide for us. At that time, our girl. In this part, I suggest change the word girl for daughter because she's talking about his daughter or their daughter was 1 year old. In this part, Marisol put in a number one, but usually when it's writing, we put in the number one in letters. So one, we change it for letters, year old, and the economic needs were lot. Point and separate a paragraph. Shortly after being in that company, we put in here a comma. In this part, Marisol is talking about that she start working in this company, and that she have a lot of needs because her husband have an accident, motorcycle accident. But I change. I take out some words, the sentence, and in the yellow part, I change the order of the sentence. Aquí, sorry. Shortly after buying the company, comma, a college suggests I get some money that will be discounted later, making it seems like it was a mismatch in our turn. Hi. And continue. Honestly, comma, with all the needs we were going through, I thought to do it. Point with the separate this long sentence. Continue. In this part, I change. Marisol put in she have a lot of needs because her husband accident and he's not working, and the subject of her college. So I changed the order. First, I put in the her college subject, and after that, I explained of the needs that she have, and she can about in do it the things. Sorry. She put it after that because I take off. Hide. I finish the sentence. I put a point. I continue with the explanation. The attraction of easy money clothes and is mine, but my morals go back to my childhood. Marisol here for where and sharing for when. My parents and my maternal grandmother were a great example for my life. Point. My conscience didn't let me make a decision that I could later have regrets. My colleague failed in her attempt as she was fair for acting with that kind of morality. Point. Marisol put in comma, we change it for point and continue with the sentence. I was I was a little calmer since I did not ruin my stability or that of my family due to bad judgment. With that, I learned that many things can arise in your life that play with your good or bad adjustment. Marisol in his part putting a comma, I take out the comma. Still, you must learn to try to carry your conscience as a compass in all the decisions you make. Point. A long sentence, I need to put it point and separate. Since mistakes can be formed there, and that can affect other people if you don't have a guide between the good and wrong since the conscience. In this part is I say you that all the decisions that you take that you made can affect you, also can affect your family. Maybe when you take a decision you choose the option, you're not thinking about the this option that you take can affect in a negative way your family, maybe your parents, your husband or your wife, your sons, and sometimes take a lot of your family. But it's important to think about this and take in mind all that we or our parents or relatives taught us when we was a child. This is all. Thank you so much and bye bye.